Alright, darthpheonix619, man. Right, now then, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscriptions. How does he do it? He does it because he makes very good videos, which are in very high quality, and he knows what he's talking about, basically. You know, if he tells you that this figure's got 17 points of articulation, well, you're not going to get out the packet and go, it's only got 16 and a half. Because that's just not how the guy rolls. He's pretty cool, and basically, wow, that's a pretty good competition you got going there, mate. So, obviously, that's got me scratching my nose, obviously, getting off my backside. I've got my big pen there to write down the questions and all that, and I'll answer them as best as I can. I intend to go to the loft and get some props and bits and pieces. Nothing too kind of ridiculously, like, you know, I'm not going to be dressed as Chewbacca. So I'm getting heckled. What are you saying there, my love?
Not like giant pens or nothing.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a giant pen. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, so I'll have some bits and like I said, this is kind of to get to know the person behind the channel, I guess. So I'll be revealing some bits about myself that you can then sort of go away and laugh at or something, I don't know. Brace yourselves. It's going to get kinky. So, yes, thanks Darth, and I hope you enjoy this video. For you. Just for you. Ooh, ooh. Item, well, where do I begin? Obviously this is me kind of semi-organised Star Wars collection. I say semi-organised because it's obviously, like, I've still got hundreds of packets to open, and things like that. But, got the odd, like, really random cool figure and stuff kicking about. All the micro machines, they're so small you can choke on them in your sleep. And then these, I have to say, mini rigs are a particular favourite of mine. Do absolutely love mini rigs. And look, there's one in the packet. Very good. But there's nothing better than the vintage collection as the original and the best of all time. And what are you doing in there? I live in here now. This is my home. Do not evict me, please, or I will breed my children into your belly. Okay, I'll put them back in there. Go to sleep. There you go. But probably at the moment my absolute favourite item would have to be... But in terms of my favourite Star Wars item, I would have to say it's this. Now, you're probably saying, but what the hell is that? That's not legit. No, it's not. It's a custom job that I got off my mate, Action Jackman Luke. Turned up with this, give it to me as a birthday surprise, and I absolutely love it. The fact that he's gone out of his way to make something so beautiful, you know, that essentially, you know, it's a one of a kind, isn't it? You know what I mean? And the fact that, like, apparently there's even more to the story, that he apparently put a bit of card in the bottom to stop him from doing this, but that didn't work, and it flipped over, so he kind of had to take it out. But the fact that I actually really loved the fact that he lists and falls into his own hole then just adds even more to the character. And I just think he's done a fantastic paint job on him, and it's just a lovely piece. You know, to me this is just it's kind of a, not only does it have a sentimental value, but it also has like a really collectible aesthetic to it too. So it ticks quite a lot of boxes. So once again, Luke, thank you very much. And there you go, guys. That is it. Well, one of the questions is, what's your favourite TV show? So I guess I'll go onto my planner and show you what we've got. So we've got Despicable Me, Dinosaur Train, New Dinosaur Train, Room on the Broom. What the hell's that? Ultimate Spider-Man, Ice Age 3, Andy's Dinosaur Adventure, Hulk Agents of Smash, Hop, CBeebies, Three Little Pigs. Now that is a classic, definitely worth a watch. Game of Thrones, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Honey Boo Boo is one of the like long series of sort of real tat that we end up watching along, like, I think for a while we watched Mythbusters for a bit, we watched the Cardassians, There's a current one where it's like this guy in Vegas who buys weird houses and stuff, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I think that's the last episode, actually. Power Rangers, David Attenborough, Micro Monsters, Tree Fu, Tom, Ultimate Spider-Man, Crash and Bernstein. I Wanna Marry Harry. How is that even still on the planet? It was crap. One Born Every Minute, Friday Night Dinner. Oh, now that is just awesome. Something Special, We're All... ... WWE Experience, TNA Impact, Mini Beast, Peppa Pig, Wildlife Jack, I don't even know what half of this stuff is, Catfish, ooh, oh, and then so on and so on. It's good to see I Want to Marry Harry's group back in. No matter how many times I delete it, it still comes back in. So there you go, that's basically what I'm watching on telly. So, does anybody else iron their bed sheets? No, me neither. Found a random collection of small pegs. So, action movies, or should I just say films, that I think are really cool now. Obviously, apart from like the likes of Star Wars and Jurassic Park and all those kind of the big ones like Indiana Jones and Terminator and them types of stuff, I've kind of left out because obviously everyone likes that type of stuff. But here we have Singing in the Rain. Absolutely love that film. We're entering Bat Country, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Classic. Eyes Wide Shut. You've been a bad bird. Don't know why I put this in the list, but I do actually quite like it. Tom Cruise pecking Nicole Kidman's face off. The Big Lebowski, quite possibly my all-time favourite movie of all time. Absolute classic. Love that movie. I love that movie. And then we have 2001 now. It took me a good couple of watches to really kind of appreciate this film. But obviously, Daisy. Life is beautiful. If you haven't seen this film, it's not English. It is a foreign movie, but it is pretty spectacular. Definitely worth a watch, and make sure you have tissues. I love Juicy Fruit. One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest. Absolute Jack Nicholson at his classic best. Awesome movie. Kingpin, one of my all-time favourite comedy. Obviously bowling, so there's a tenuous link there, look. As you will see. And obviously, God, what was her name again? Vanessa Angel. What the hell was she ever in anything else? I don't know. But it was nice to see her getting nippy. And finally, welcome to Collinwood. Finally, there's two there. These two I tend to watch these back to back. Now you've got two films here with Sam Rockwell at his best. This one's a kind of thriller, kind of stroke, weird kind of comedy type, black comedy. And this is a kind of another black comedy, kind of robbery heist. So there you are. Thank you, Jonathan Ross. 4 eggs. In terms of music I like, come with me to the deepest, darkest recesses of my loft, and I'll show you what music I kind of collected, but like anything now, well, I'll show you. Right, so, mind cracking, it's just me knees popping. There's some DVDs, look. Oh, look at them, hurly-burly, classic. This isn't supposed to be the DVD collection of the bit, but seeing as they're here, you might as well have a look at what's there. There's even some VHS's in there, look. Night Watch and Little Voice and Spaceballs. Oh yes, I'll have to get that down. I'll have to get that down, watch that again. And all sorts of other... Did we do Dallas? How did that get in there? It's not mine. So here's the CDs, and as you can see, they're dusty. And there's boxes upon boxes upon boxes in there. Hundreds and hundreds. So let's have a look. This looks like the kind of pop section with the Cause and Cheryl Crow. What's this one? James Bond and Def Leppard type of stuff. And then we have the Legends of Rock. Oh yeah. And the Essential Toto. One talk over the line. What's all this one? God. Movie soundtracks. The greatest movie soundtrack of all time. picked the wrong one up because I'm looking through the screen. Look at that. Wow, Judge Dredd, Silence of the Lambs, Back to the Future, and Silence of the Lambs Part 1.5. Wow. I don't even think this is actually an official release either, so it's probably like just some guy in his back room playing with a cello or something. What's in the end? This is a good one. Elton John and God knows some copies and stuff in there. So there you are. Basically, like things like AC/DC and stuff like that probably in there somewhere, and Aerosmith and all those good things. But my favourite artist of all time, which I'll have to go to the other side of the loft, but bear with me, folks. And here he is, nestled in quite nicely next to the packing material area or wing of the loft. It is my Alice Cooper collection. He is my favourite artist of all time. I think I have pretty much every single album he's ever done, which is quite a few. Hey, 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 hey. And all the rest of it. Some of his newer stuff is, I don't know if I'm bang up to date, might be 1 or 2 albums I don't have, and who's broken this? I'm not happy about that. Hey, I don't know, blowing heck. You leave something in the loft for 10 years and it blowing gets broken. Now, the reason why all this stuff's in the loft is because, like me, you'll probably just have stuff on digital copies and stuff. Smith's. Smith's receipt and a cookie jar. Best stop looking around the loft because I'll just start finding all sorts of random bits of tat. But anyway, so that's the CDs. Alice Cooper, he is the boy. There he is, all of his dust, vintage dust. Lovely. So here you can see my lovely collection of Skylanders. Giants in the basket. Put the giants in the basket. Rubs the giants on its skin. And the adventures in the sort of box, technically. Don't really have much in the way of games and game systems, basically because I've either given them away or sold them all when the next things came out. But in terms of things that I really liked for my Mega Drive, which I do still actually have in Mega Drive, was probably Toe Jam and Earl was like my favourite game for that. Xbox, I'll probably go with, well, Xbox 360. Probably like Red Dead Redemption. That was like epic game. For all when I first started out, I hated it. I first started playing it, I was like, oh my god, I'm the worst cowboy in the world. This is just, it's too hard. But I stuck with it and it was fantastic. Gears of War, that series was great. Army 2, stuff like that. Third person, I cannot get away with first person. So you go. And TV show as well, there's Frasier down there. What type of books do I like to read? And here we'll have this lovely selection of fantasy type books, which are not mine at all. These are my wife's. This is the type of stuff she likes to read. Me, I like to read sort of X-Men and Spider-Man, and these are really cool. They kind of with pictures, yes. Pop-up books, preferably, if I can get away with it. These are really cool because they're very reminiscent to the pocket books I had as a kid. They're kind of very small, A5 size, but you get about 10 or 7 comics inside, all colour. Unlike these ones that I did, the Wolverine ones and stuff, where they're like black and white. I can't get away with black and white comics. If it's black and white by design, that's fantastic. But if it's coloured, then made black and white, I can't get away with that. I can't get away with some Star Wars books. Some wrestling books. Autobiographies. I've read all of these. Every single one of them. Even Cheryl Curls. But this is my favourite book here. Obviously Jurassic Park. I must admit, I thoroughly love that book. Mankind's classic book. Obviously Jordan, brilliant. And then this one I've had for donkey's years. It's Craig Charles's Almanac of Total Knowledge. Full of all sorts of interesting facts and stuff in there. And in terms of artists, if you ever check out David Shrigley, he's pretty cool. He does all sorts of pretty weird random stuff. But I find him very inspirational. So there you go. So that's some books for you and all that. As far as sort of YouTube channels that aren't in the sort of community that I sort of... I've got 2 messages. Negate, just hang around, basically loiter. Here's a little taste. I'll have to take the headphones out so you can hear it, of what I like to do. See the title along the bottom there? Just have to What are you? Jon Snow, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Utopia looks worth a watch. So, yeah. I'll switch it off because I love listening to stuff like that. It gives me all sorts of tingles inside of my brain, which I think is supposed to be the correct response, I think, to them. So yes, very interesting to listen to if you're into that sort of thing. So there you go. That's what else I like to watch on YouTube when I'm not watching grown-ups talk about toys. In terms of sort of other social activities, what I like to do, well, here is a bowling ball in its bag. I like to bowl. I love to bowl, in fact. I haven't been for some time, just because obviously I can't just go out and get drunk and bowl for hours on end like I used to be able to. I do have obviously commitments and things, but the equipment's all here ready to go when the children are a little bit older and can come and join in with us. So let's have a look. Do you want us to get me ball out? Shall I get me balls out? Why not? At the top there, we've got my little bowling shoes. I say a little, size 9. Which is quite a normal size, really. You can't beat having your own bowling shoes, because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using... There you are, look at that! Who knew? Who'd have thought my ball was orange, eh? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Tis a beauty. Ta-da! T-zone. So there you go. If you're going to go bowling, you need your own ball. So there you go. I like to bowl. I like to play with big balls. So I'll just take a moment to soak in the beautifulness that is Jordan. There we are. Soak it in, folks. It does have a picture of our boobs in here, actually. Let's have a look at them, eh? Okay, there you go. You can thank me for that later on, guys. Obviously that was before she did the Hulk-o-matic. Quickly show you what she looked like after. Obviously this is if you're unaware of it. There you are. They got bigger. There you go, Jordan.